the Redskins. Hail victory. Praise on the warpath. Fight for all to see.
Wow, I haven't heard that song in over 3 weeks.
It's been a while.
But we got a win yesterday against the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. Rodgers hasn't done it. Roethlisberger hasn't done it. Those are going to be future Hall of Famers. Kirk got it done. Last play. How about Kirk to Doxson on that last play? What a catch.
That was a catch. I did not expect him to catch
But what
that,
about
but he
Wilson?
did.
Wilson, with 40 seconds
he
left.
had a great pass down the field.
They were down by 3. Were they going to get in field goal range or not? Because Walsh missed 3 field goals. Were they going for the touchdown?
He needs to go. The kicker needs
Is
to
he
go.
working today or not?
No, he's
Probably not. I don't think so. But this is Trayvon. He'll be guest starring sometimes. You know, my roommate knows a little about sports. Got him into the Redskins a little bit. We're doing NBA today. You want to join us?
I think I should join you.
All right. NBA today, 3-game slate. My Celtics are playing. Warriors are playing. Celtics against the Hawks. Kyrie Irving. Celtics are 8-2. They're first in the East. Cavs are 4-6.
Yeah, LeBron's washed up.
LeBron's not washed up. LeBron's playing well, but they're old. I talked about it last night. They're a bunch of old guys running around the court. They need to trade. Do they need to trade? I mean, Dwayne Wade's... He had 25 points last night, but I think Celtics, without Gordon Hayward playing well...
They look pretty good.
They look pretty
good.
First game of the season, I was nervous. Went down. I was nervous about Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. They're playing pretty well. I mean, Tatum and Brown, probably one of the best young duos in the NBA.
Yeah.
I don't really see anyone else like them. They're both playing with, like, you take Brown and Tatum, you can make Gordon Hayward probably. Gordon Hayward's probably a better shooter than both of them. But when Hayward comes back, I think the Celtics are a team to be reckoned with.
They are going to be a team to reckon with.
Celtics, Cavs.
Celtics, Cavs in the
Who do you
finals.
take? Right now.
Celtics. Celtics.
I don't know. I mean, right now I'd probably take the Celtics just because of how the Cavs are playing. I mean, Derrick Rose, he was a good addition to the team, but Isaiah Thomas is going to come back soon, so we can't really say anything about that. I totally forgot about Isaiah Thomas. Let's get right to it. Let's start out at point guard. Who do you like tonight?
Steph Curry.
You like Steph Curry? I don't know. I mean, Steph Curry is $10,000. He's a little expensive. He doesn't really exceed value that much. What about Kyrie? I mean,
I like Kyrie. Kyrie's a good player, but
he's 95 though, so he's kind of the same as Curry. You're basically saying, do you want Curry or Kyrie?
Curry averages more points a game than Kyrie.
He does. For me, something popped up on my phone. For me, Dennis Schroeder is the top guard today. Only because Kyrie's not the best defender, and his price is a little. I mean, $7,800. I could play with that a little bit. I could go out and go to shooting guard. And let's talk about shooting guard for a second. We'll go back to point guard after. Devin Booker's $8,200.
Devin Booker is nasty.
For me tonight, it's not about making a bunch of lineups and filling in all the spots. Russell Booker, probably pick one or the other. I would take D'Angelo Russell today, just because they're playing Phoenix and they're a terrible defensive team. But Phoenix have been playing well recently. I mean, they lost 3, and they've been winning 3 or 4 in a row. Without Eric Bledsoe, they're getting it going, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but other than D'Angelo Russell, shooting guard, not my favorite shooting guard of the day. My favorite play of the day is Kent Bazemore. He's $5,600. I mean, lately he averages 30 fantasy points a game. He averages 13.2 points a game. 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He's an all-around player. I mean, he had 18 points last game. How about Kent Bazemore? Kent Bazemore, I mean, that would make you fill more of your roster spots. I mean, you got a lot of big power forwards tonight to go Draymond Green. Kevin Durant. You play Kevin Durant tonight?
I would play Kevin Durant tonight.
Why?
It's Kevin Durant.
But
Kevin Durant is a great player all around. He doesn't average that many rebounds, but
he averages 25 points, though. He has 4 assists. He's shooting 37% from the field. So his shots are kind of off. I just think 10. Oh, he's over 10 grand now.
He's almost 11.
He's almost 11 grand. He's got to have at least 56 points. You think he gets 56 fantasy points tonight?
I don't know.
I mean, it's just
He needs to be doing more for someone his size.
they say he's 6'11". He's 7. He's got to
He should
be
be getting more rebounds.
He's
than
7 foot.
7. Almost 8.
They're playing Miami tonight. Whiteside. Whiteside, his price is over at 87. That's low for a guy like him. But for me, I'm going Al Horford tonight. And I'm going Al Horford because they're playing the Hawks. And Kyrie and Al Horford have been getting going lately. I mean, the Whiteside's like a grand ahead. Horford's, I mean, he's almost averaging a double-double. I mean, without Hayward, he's really been stepping up for the Celtics. I mean, 14 points, 9 rebounds, 33 fantasy points a game. I'll take that most of the time over Whiteside. I mean, Whiteside's averaging 42. That's 10-point difference. But you're saving $1,500 to go Horford. Power forward tonight is kind of weird. Percentage zone is probably going to be Draymond Green. But who do you like power forward? Green. You got Hollis Jefferson, James Johnson, Tatum.
I like Tatum.
I like Tatum too. Tatum, 5,800 has not gone above. I mean, he was at 62 last week, but he went low. He had 2 bad games, but they're not bad games. I mean, he had 21 fantasy points, and then he had 27. I think he gets 35 tonight. I think he gets at least 35 fantasy points tonight. I think him and Brown both play well tonight, but I'm going to lean more towards Tatum. I also like John Collins. Marquise Chris, he's low, so I wouldn't go with that. I wouldn't go James Johnson either because Draymond Green's a defensive beast, and James Johnson's 6,400, so he's a little high. I'm gonna tell you my lineup that I would go with. At point guard, I will probably lean towards Dennis Schroeder. I talked about him earlier. I think Kyrie and Steph are a little too expensive. But to connect with him, I didn't talk about him, but Goran Dragic is $7 grand. He's been at $7 grand for 2 weeks now. I mean, he had 42 fantasy points 2 days ago, I think it was. So I'd stack Dennis, Goran Dragic at point guard. That gives you more balance at shooting guard. I like Klay Thompson, only because for me, I never talked. I never done an NBA talk show like this, but I like stacking the late games. That's why I kind of like Goran Dragic. And if I stats Klay Thompson too, I could have Klay and Goran Dragic in the late games. That's just how I feel. I like having people in the last game. It bumps up your stats. I go Klay Thompson. Who would you go for second shooting guard?
Kent Bazemore.
Kent Bazemore. Yeah, Kent Bazemore, it's 5,600. He gives you so much more room to... I wouldn't play Durant. I'll talk about it in a second. I'll put Kent Bazemore at shooting guard. Small forward. I'm going to fade Durant today. Fade Durant. I didn't really talk about any other small forwards because it's kind of lint. That's why people are going to go Durant, because there's not much options.
It's Kevin Durant, too.
But I'm going to fade Durant just for this lineup to show you what I like. I like DeMar Carroll. I mean, DeMar Carroll's averaging 30. He has 13 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. He had 11 points last game to go with 8 rebounds, 4 assists. I think he's a stat stuffer. Durant is too. But if you go DeMar Carroll, you can go down and get TJ Warren, who had a bad game yesterday. But he had 40 points 2 days ago. I think against Brooklyn, against DeMar Carroll, who's not really good defensively, I think you go TJ Warren with DeMar Carroll. Power forward, I would fade. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm fading all Warriors. I'm fading all Warriors because they could blow Miami out if Whiteside doesn't play well. Miami doesn't have a lot of scores. I mean, Waiters is out, so Goran Dragic. I'm playing Goran Dragic because Waiters is out. So Goran Dragic, if they do score a lot of points, it's going to be Dragic. Power forward, who do you like here?
Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum. Yeah, I like Jason Tatum. I think what I want to do is I want to pair Hollis Jefferson and Tatum here. And then that gives me some room at center to sit there. I got 7,500 left. That's perfect because Horford's 7,500. So I'm going to take Horford. I'm going to go with that line. I'm going to show it to you here in a second. Dennis Schroeder, Dragic, Clay, Bazemore, Carroll, Warren, Hollis Jefferson, Tatum, and Horford. So I stacked Tatum and Horford. I got those two Celtics out of there. Clay. I faded all the Warriors except for Draymond. I faded Draymond, KD, Steph, but I like Clay. I think Clay is a good scorer. I think he gets at least 25 points, so get on with like 30 fantasy points. But yeah, I just think that's the ideal lineup for tonight. I mean, I don't know if people are gonna copy that, but that's probably the one you'll get the most points, the most value. I think all those players can exceed value. My favorite play is Kent Bazemore. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I like that lineup. Good luck tonight, guys.